Welcome back to the Missouri Southern Coaches Show. It's just me and Dmitri now, going from host to guest and then back to co-host after this segment. But Dmitri, now let's talk some offense. Coming off that loss against a top 10 opponent, we talked about the hostile environment. Pitt State, nearly 10,000 people filling up Carney Smith Stadium. And for all the NCAA video game players out there, there's a feature called Stadium Pulse that makes the screen shake as the crowd noise rises. How do you, as players, shake off that stadium pulse and kind of get into a rhythm offensively?
I'd be lying if I told you there wasn't a stadium pulse, right? I mean, I kind of explained to you earlier today, is like the snap count was kind of hard to hear, but we just kind of trust your offense, trust the scheme, trust the coaches, and trust Tillman more than importantly, because between the center and the quarterback, they're the ones that start and they end the play right there. So with Tillman, yeah, I probably couldn't hear him for those first two drives, but I knew his cadence. I could kind of hear when he started it, and I knew Alex Curry would snap it kind of right here on the play clock. So trusting everybody and trusting the person to the left of me if they needed help with it, or Trace if he asked me, that we could all do that. So all 11 of us really just kind of locked in on what we were supposed to do, focused on what we had to do, and wait for that ball to be snapped.
Definitely, and it seemed like once the second quarter got rolling, the offense kind of settled into it, was a little bit more calm and poised in it. A slow start, though, as we mentioned, some inconsistencies, though, in the second half after a strong second. 10 unanswered points from the offense. They actually won the second quarter 10-6. But really, if you look at the inconsistencies, there's a lot of flashes of greatness on this offense. How can you guys maybe take those flashes and apply them more consistently down the stretch?
It's just building each other up in times that are down. We talked about in our team meeting today, and Nathan Glades referred to it, giving people praise, not only when they do something good, but when stuff's going bad. So maybe in that third quarter when we kind of had that 2 3 and outs in a row, and then the pick in the fourth, yeah, stuff's not going our way, pick each other up. And especially as a captain, especially as a senior, I only got 2 games left, so it's more important for me that they do that next year and that I leave kind of my mark on it. Hey, we made it through that pick. Tillman, go get it again. Trust yourself. Trust us that we can make that catch and you can make that throw. Trust your O-line that they can make that block.
Absolutely, and like we've been talking about with the T-bus, sending the seniors out the right way. Seems like all of you seniors are also kind of on that same page with that as well. Let's go ahead and hop into some highlights from the offense. Making some big plays despite only coming up with 10 points. And the biggest of them all was likely this passing touchdown from Tillman Martin, connecting with Draper Parker for 6. And what a pass this was. Tillman put that one in a bucket. Parker went out and made the play. We've had some receivers on here, Dmitri, talk about the camaraderie of the receiver room. But from a tight end's perspective, how does that chemistry off the field translate to big plays like that catch by Draper on the field?
I mean, like I told you this morning, they just practice. They kind of envision themselves making plays. So whether on the sideline, whether they're not playing at all, they're on the side doing their little first down celebrations, doing their touchdown celebrations. So as a tight end, we're involved in blocking and receiving. So it's like anytime I get the chance to get that first down, or I'm next to them when they get a first down, do that celebration, it kind of builds kind of like that connection. It's like, oh, you like my celebration? And we all just kind of do it as a group, and you see the sideline doing it. So it's fun to see that. And it's fun to see how creative they can really get with this.
Definitely, yeah. I love seeing the receivers break out, especially those first down celebrations. Isaiah Padello always have one. Yeah. Draper has a different one. But that TD by Draper, though, was the Lions' only TD in this one. But still, put together some lengthy drives in the second half, though no points to show for it. I know there was a couple failed fourth down conversion attempts, Dmitri, but aside from that, how would you really summarize kind of the inconsistencies on offense, and how did you maybe fix that in these last 2 games?
We just got to trust kind of our coaching and trust each other and the person next to you. As a tight end, especially if I'm in the blocking game, I got to trust that my tackles are going to be on my left and help me with this combo, or they can hold their own right there. Or when I'm running a route, I know that the receiver, whether it's Draper, Padello, or Green, that they're going to run this post so that I can get them open as well on my in-breaking route. So we just got to trust each other. That's just the biggest thing. Trust each other that we're going to do our own jobs, hold our own, and do our 111, as Isaiah always says.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love hearing that, the 111th. It seems like all the Southern players have really bought into that. All right, let's go ahead now and pop up some stats from that one. Some solid individual performances on Saturday. As we mentioned, Draper Parker, a team-high 72 receiving yards along with that TD. Tillman Martin was busy in this one with 273 yards through the air on 40 passing attempts for 1 TD and 1 INT. And as a team, another tough day in the run game, finishing with just 14 net rushing yards against the Gorillas. All right, it was kind of quick, but that is our look at the offense. When we come back, Dmitri and I will be joined by junior punter Mitchell Corey. Stay tuned.